Welcome back to Just Scribble. It is planner setup time for 2025 and I am so excited. I feel so good about my planner lineup for 2025 and I cannot wait to get these set up and share them with you guys. So the first planner setup that I'm going to be doing is actually for my work planner because I already need to get into it. I already have dates for 2025 that I need to write down in my planner, and I really just need to get it set up and get it going so I can start using it and filling it out for 2025. So the way my planner setup videos are going to work is they're not going to be real-time planner setup videos because it does take me quite a while to do my planner setups, and I like to enjoy the process. I find it very relaxing, and if I'm filming and trying to talk to you guys at the same time, it kind of takes away from that. And I don't know that you really need to watch me painstakingly flip through sticker books and look through stickers and then lay them down. But I do want to go through the planner setup with you guys in detail, show you guys how I set them up and then how I'm going to be using them. So this is the intro for my work planner setup. Now, a couple caveats to this particular setup is that I am planning on using the B5 Manager from Papertess as my work planner for 2025. So that is the planner that I'm going to be setting up. If once I get into this planner and I start using it for work, I find that this layout, which is different and unique and a shift from what I've been using, doesn't work, then I'm going to pivot and I'm going to be setting up a different planner. I'm going to be setting up my planner, Plans by Just Scribble, in horizontal. So this is the planner I plan to use for work, but if it's a fail and it just doesn't work, I won't force myself to use it because I really need a planner for work. I rely heavily on a planner for work. And so I will shift and I will set this aside and I will set up a different planner. But the planner that we're going to set up and the planner I'm going to share in my lineup video is going to be this planner. I do have a video walking through this planner and the other planners that I ordered from her for 2025. So I'll link that in the cards up above. For all of my planner setups, I have made these little zipper bags. And in them, I've been collecting the things that I need for the setups. Not everything, but specific things that I know I want to use in my planner setups. And then I've been making some notes. In this one, I actually didn't fill out the notes because I already kind of knew and I didn't need to write it down. But I wrote down the name of the planner, what the planner was going to be used for, and then if I was trying to decide on how I was going to decorate the monthlies or what holiday stickers I was going to use, what tabs I was going to use, I made notes on some of them. And this was how I knew which bag was which, because even inside here, I could still see that this said work and it said B5 Manager. So this is my setup pile for this. This is not everything that I'm using to set this up, but it's a lot of what I'll be using. So I do have some stickers from Studio Adorable. This one says do work, and this one says mornings are for coffee and contemplation. These are going to go on my planner or in the planner for some deco. So they will either go on the front here or on the sort of intro page over here. I don't know exactly where, and I may add some other stickers as well, but these are ones that I pulled for that, as well as this one that says to do want coffee, get coffee, drink coffee. It's called productivity. So those are going to go on my planner. I do have some scripts from According to Allie so that I could put my name and not write it myself. If I can get back to that intro page. So she does have this Notebooks Belongs To on the like cardstock end paper, and so I can put one of those script stickers there. So I have that. Then I have these tabs. These are from Gracie Edits. I bought these last year and I didn't use them. I really love these tabs a lot. They are an acetate tab, but they're really, really thin. They don't bulk up your planner, and they're a really low profile, so they will work really well on the side of this planner. And they are with the black full words. So it says December, not abbreviated, with black lettering on clear. So these are the tabs that I'm going to use with this. I do have an adhesive pocket. This is from Lauren Phelps Designs, so I am going to use that. I do have some vinyls that I made. So this says 2025. I have the transfer tape over this, which is matte, so you're not going to be able to really see it very well, but this is a black fractured glass hollow print, and I'm going to put this on the cover of my planner, so it'll be black on black. And then I have 4, actually I think I might have 5 because I think I bought an extra one just in case, but I have 4 with the intention of using 4 of these. I have the notebook in B5 size, which is a dot grid notebook that just has a place for your date and page numbers, and it's just dot grid. I have one of these for every quarter to pair with this planner for dailies as I need them. So this is going to get the same stickers or the same vinyls. So I made 2025 for the 4 notebooks and quarter stickers. So I have, you know, all the quarters. And so each one will have their quarter and a 2025 sticker on it. That way they're already pre-set up and ready to go. If for some reason I decide this doesn't work and I don't use it, I can cover those vinyl stickers or remove them if I don't need them for all 4 quarters. But that is the plan. So I'm going to be pairing these 2 together. And this cover is from Chic Sparrow. This is Emma in their composition B5 size. And so this is the cover, at least initially, that I'm going to start out in. I do have 3 B5 covers from Chic Sparrow, one of which has an elastic, and I won't use it for this planner, but the other 2 do not. And so I have those. And then I also have a zip cover, I think, from Raymay, and I have a Sojourner cover, and I might have one from Hand Stitched Leather Tea as well, I think. But initially I'm going to start out in Emma. So this is the planner cover that I'm going to start out in for 2025. And I don't know how I'm going to kind of keep this daily notebook in here. I wanted to see, or I thought it might fit in this way, like that, but I'm not sure if I want to do it like that or if I'm just going to kind of keep it loose in there or if I'm going to tuck it in. I need to decide that because how I mark the quarters will probably depend. I don't know if I'll put the sticker on the front or if I'll stick it on the back. I guess on the front would be fine because I'm just going to use them and then switch to the next one, the next quarter. But I have that, and then I have month stickers in the typewriter font from Mandy Lynn Plans. I have holiday stickers in the large size from Mandy Lynn Plans, and I have these meeting stickers from Lulu's Daisy & Co., which are from Lauren Phelps Design. It's like a spin-off on her website. So I have those. And then for the setup, like the deco setup, I'm going to be using sticker books from Live Love Posh. That's what I'm going to be using to decorate, which is basically decorating the monthlies, because I do set up my monthlies for the entire year at the beginning of the year. That way I can write straight into my monthlies. And so Live Love Posh stickers will be what I use for the deco setup, or the primary deco setup in this planner. That is what I'm going to be using, at least what I have set aside so far for the setup. And so I am going to go set this up. By the time I come back, I'll probably have different nail polish and different lighting because it'll probably be a different time of day. But that is what I'm going to be using to set up my work planner in the B5 Manager from Papertess. And I'll see you guys in just a second to do a flip through of the setup. All right, so I have my work planner all set up, and I really love how this has turned out. I really do hope that the B5 Manager works out for me as my work planner. If it doesn't, I do have a backup, but this is what I'm going to start the year in. So I do have 2 things here. I have my cover with my planner in it, and then I do have the booklets that Papertess launched that pair with the B5 Manager. These also have Cosmo Air Light paper in them. When I first ordered the planner, I ordered 3 of these booklets and then realized I wanted 1 for every quarter. So I actually went back and bought 2 more so that I would have 1 for every quarter and a spare one just in case I needed it. So this is the spare one, which I will just keep tucked in my office in case I need it. I'll probably use this one also for a pen test video that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a video on Cosmo Air Light paper, and so I'll probably test her paper alongside my paper that's in my notebooks, and then also other Cosmo Air Light paper that I have. But this one is a spare one, and then the other 4 are labeled. So I did make labels that say the quarter and then the year, and so I labeled each one of them. So I have all 4 quarters pre-labeled so that way I know what quarters information is in each one of these. And these are going to be used for dailies, notes, that kind of thing. So when I'm in meetings, I can use these to take notes. When I get phone calls, I can use it for notes. When I need to make a daily to-do list outside of what fits in the weekly planner, I will make it in here. And so this will pair with the planner during the year. So this is my planner, and this is a cover from Chic Sparrow. And this is going to tuck over here. Now I haven't decided still if I'm going to slide it in this way so that I can just grab it when I want it, or if I'm going to slide it in this way. I think I'm actually going to slide it in this way just because then it's always right there and accessible. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to set these aside just so we can focus on this, because there's nothing else to the setup for these notebooks except for adding the black shattered holographic foil quarter and year vinyls on the front. That was a lot of words. All right, so I don't have very much in here as far as pocket decor or pocket anything really. I do have here, this is the back of, or not the back, the inside of a greeting card. And I'm going to show you the front in a minute, but this is the inside of a greeting card that I had picked up at Total Wine, and I loved the card and I loved what it said inside. And so I cut it down so that it was a little bit shorter so it would tuck perfectly into this bottom pocket and still stick out. And then I covered it with a holographic like star overlay so that it has a sort of vinyl laminated overlay on it just to kind of protect it, because the back was already kind of slick and shiny, but the inside was paper so that you could, you know, write on it. And I wanted it to hold up through the year. So I did cut this down. I'm probably going to curve the corners, but I couldn't find my corner punch. But I have another one. So this is not my favorite corner punch, but this one works in a pinch. And assuming that I can get this to fit in here, I can use this one. It worked okay, not great. I may have to wait until, no, that's okay. So this one is from Jet Pens. So is my favorite one, I think. I think it's on Jet Pens, but it's also on Amazon, and it should be in my Amazon storefront. It does 3 sizes, and I like the other one better, but this one works in a pinch, but it is more designed for paper versus like a thick card. But I wanted to round the corners because I think A, it looks better, but also it won't get so messed up. But I did make that to go into my pocket so that it says it's official, we're surrounded by idiots, because I thought it was really funny for my work planner. So that is going to go here. That's like my only deco there. I may or may not add an ollie clip here, but I have a whole bunch of those at work magnetized on my bookshelf. So I will just pick one if I decide that I want one. I do have these meeting stickers from Lulu's Daisy & Co. These are from Lauren Phelps Designs. So it's like a spin-off company on her website. I was going to use these in my planner, and I still might, but I don't have enough of them. I didn't really count, and I really wanted these for my Friday meetings, and I need like 50 of them, or 52 actually, because we have meetings every week, even if I'm on vacation. And so I'm going to have to order more of these if I want to use them, because I like to be consistent. So for right now, I stuck those in there, and I don't have anything in these top 3 pockets. I will stick sticky notes actually in them. I have some square ones that are larger, and then also some longer ones, and they're both lined, and they're at work. So I'll probably stick those in there, and then I'll probably put something up here each season just to have something cute popping out seasonally. But for right now, this right here is my only pocket decor. So inside here I have my kiddos' school calendar and my work calendar for like our holidays for 2025, because I was using that in the planner. And then I have my notes about my setup. So there are some things I still need to do that I haven't done, and so we will go over that. And let me take this transparent sticky note off of here, stick it back there. But this is my cheat sheet of what I used for my planner setup and what I still need to do. So I used Gracie Edits tabs, and you'll see those in a second. For the monthly, I used Live Love Posh stickers from her Lush box. I do have an unboxing of that, so I'll share that up above. And then Tombows. For the holiday stickers, I used Mandy Lynn Plan's large holiday stickers in the journal font. I made vinyl for the covers, so I actually already did that, so I can check that off. And then I do need to add some tabs for some of the sections that are in this planner, but I haven't done it yet. I need to make labels for them and add tabs, and I will probably use repositionable tabs or some that I have from Amazon that are technically repositionable, but once they stay on there for a while, they kind of stay permanently. And then this was my setup finish note to myself. So to add the pocket decor and some stickers, and maybe some stickers was like my last note, but I kind of already did all that. But for right now, I'm just going to stick this back in here. But this is the planner, and this is my setup. I'm hoping that for the most part it will show up on screen. It is rather large because it is a B5 size, so it is about 7 by 10. But I really love how it turned out, and I'm so excited. So I did add a large 2025 vinyl to the top in the same black fractured hollow pattern, so that I would have that across the top, just so I knew which year this is. It does say edition 2025 there, but it's really, really tiny, and I wanted something a little bit bigger. And then I added 2 stickers to the front. I don't think I'm going to add any more. I do have a spot right here for another sticker, and I guess if I find one or one comes up that I just really, really love and want to put on here, I will. But I kind of actually like the placement the way that it is. But this one is from Studio Adorkable. It says to do, want coffee, get coffee, drink coffee. It's called Productivity. And then this one is from a shop that I found on Etsy recently. And I bought a bunch of die cut stickers, and it says, ooh, this calls for a spreadsheet, because I do make a lot of spreadsheets for work. And before we actually get into the planner or the setup, I do have a video on this planner. I think I mentioned that in the intro, so if you want to see it in more detail, you can definitely check that out. But I am going to cut off this string because I hate them. I hate them in covers, I hate them on planners, I hate them in everything. And I could just yank on it, but I don't want to really disturb the glue on the spine, so just cut it off. All right. So that is the cover. When you turn the page, this is something that is going to change. I put down, let me grab this sticker out of here. I put down this clear adhesive pocket. This is from Lauren Phelps Designs. It's a little secretarial pocket. I put this down here so that I could put a sticker or card or whatever in there, but I don't really like it, so I think I'm going to take this off with undo, and I have a larger one coming that will fit better at the bottom of this so that I can put my card in there. So this is the front of the card that I used for the pocket deco. This is so funny. It cracks me up. It reminds me of my sister when she was little, and then it's just perfect for the office. So it's a little girl that's rolling her eyes, drinking a cup of coffee in her office, and the back is blank because it's the greeting card. But I am going to probably cover this front and back with that same hollow foil, with that same like holographic overlay, just to kind of protect it and give it a little bit of strength. But what I want to do is I want to put an adhesive pocket, and I actually want to stick this here. So I do have my name here where it says this notebook belongs to, but I don't need to see that. I know it's my notebook. And so I think I want an adhesive pocket that this will actually fit in, and it doesn't fit. I mean, it fits, but it doesn't stay in this one. So I'm going to take off this pocket and replace it with a larger pocket and kind of put that there. And then this just says do work, and I'll probably stick that in the pocket just because I think it's fun, but I'm not going to stick it down even though it's a sticker. When you turn the page, you have your end paper, and then you have that page in every book and planner that kind of sticks to the end papers. And I decided to put my key here for my planner so that this had a functional purpose. I did share these on Instagram, but I made this in Canva, and I printed them on a bunch of different colored sticky notes to put into my different planners. I do have a very simple key in my planners. I find that if a key is too complicated, I just don't use it or I don't remember it. And so this is my key. I thought it would look cute, so I put that there. And then over here I have a sticky note, a transparent sticky note. And these are my thoughts of things that I wish were different in this planner, just so that I had a place to write them down as I was thinking about them and I can keep them straight. Partly just when I'm thinking about my work planner, things that I like or things that I don't like, but also as a planner shop, things that I know I want in planners that I designed. So I've been making notes of things that I wish were different. When you turn the page, you have your yearly overview, and I do have notes here that I had made myself for the planner setup. So on this side, I made a note that it was going to be my holidays and vacation tracker. So a dot marker for holidays, how I was going to mark vacation days, and then also school holidays. And so I used a dot marker for my company holiday, a red X for vacation days, and a yellow for school holidays. Almost all of those are also school holidays, so I didn't re-highlight them or mark them any different. I know if I'm off, my kiddo is also off, but there are a lot of days, as you can tell from the yellow, that he's off that I am not off. And so it was a good visual so I could see when he was out of school. And then when I have a vacation day or when I take a vacation day, I will mark the date with a red X. I also made a note at the bottom to remove 9/31 with whiteout. So we're going to do that real quick because she did have some typos in her planners this year. And one of them was that she added the 31st to September. And so we're just going to wipe that out. So the other side of the page was a dot grid, and I made myself a note, monthly training schedules with names and topics. So I decided that I wanted to use this page to keep track of the monthly trainings that my staff do. Each staff has to do a training in our monthly meeting 1 month out of the year. And so I'm in charge of keeping track of that, keeping track of the order, who's presenting, what they presented on, making sure we don't duplicate topics from the current year or prior years, etc. So I made this in Canva, so I had a box for every month of the year, a little circle to write their name in so I can write who's assigned to that month, and then a space down below it where I can write their topic. And so this is where I will keep track of the monthly trainings for our department. When you turn the page, you go into your sort of Calendex. She calls it your overview. This is where I'm going to track my continued education, so my CPE. And so it'll be pretty straightforward. When I do CPE, I write down the topic, who provided the CPE, and the hours. So I'll just write that down here. And then when I renew my license, I can check to make sure that I've reported all of my CPE. Across the top, I did add this washi tape. I have no recollection where this washi tape is from. I'm kind of thinking it was from a Happy Planner box, but I'm not 100% sure. But it just had numbers 1 through 10 with these like slashes. And I just thought it was really cute. And I didn't really have anything to put up there, and I didn't want anything that was too decorative. So I decided to put that up there, and it fit perfectly across. So that is the only deco that is on this page. When you turn the page, you go into the quarterlies. Once again, I have a sticky note that says what I'm using these pages for. So this is my project planner, and my plan, as you can see from the little arrow, is to divide this page into 3 sections. I haven't done that yet, but I am going to divide this into 3 sections and then add a monthly sticker that says January, February, March, etc., so that I can make notes or color keys related to the dates that I put here to over here, if that makes sense. The other thing I did, because one thing that I noted on my little sticky note, or I think I noted it. Oh, I didn't even note it. I meant to note it. I'll have to make a note of that. But one thing about this side of the page that I don't like, and Wonderland 222 actually changed their quarterly pages to this way as well, and Papertess, and then mine, and I think the Journey Planner, and I forget who else. Ours are separated, so each month is distinctly separate. So let me show you. This is my planner, but the months are actually separated, so you can see each month distinctly separate. And Wonderland 222 used to do theirs that way, and also Papertess. But now Wonderland 222 and Papertess have made theirs different, and they've just kind of blended them into one page. I understand from a design standpoint, as far as maximizing the space, why they did it, but I don't like it because it's really hard for me to see where the month ends and where the month begins. So what I decided to do was to mark the months with different colors that coordinate with my monthly spread so that I could easily see what month I was in, because the months are written over here, but they're written really, really small. if you can see that there. And I thought this would be a better visual to me so I could see really easily, really quickly which month was which. So this is quarter 1, and like I said, the colors match my monthly spreads, which you're going to see in a second. And then I'm going to divide this page into 3 and put month headers so that way I can see which month. And this is for project planning, or a big project that I have, and then some local country deadlines. So this is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. The one thing I did do wrong is that in the first 2 quarters, I didn't mark before the first date of the month like that. But when I did the other quarters, I accidentally marked all the way across. So I don't know if I'm going to white this out, just leave it, or make these match. It doesn't really matter. It's just aesthetics. But there's quarter 3 and then quarter 4. So that is my project planner. When you turn the page, you have 2 blank grid pages. I will probably use this for my word of the year, but I'm not 100% sure, so I just kind of left that blank. And then you go straight into the monthlies. So I did, like I said, lay tabs. They are from Gracie Edits. They are transparent, like acetate tabs with black writing, if you can see that. Normally, I put my tabs on this side. It kind of depends on the planner and how the monthlies are set up, but normally I put them on this side because when I go to flip, I naturally kind of put my finger there and flip to that month. And so I did put them on this side of the monthly spread, but again, it kind of depends on the monthly setup. And again, I have a sticky note. But this is my January monthly, and this is for function. So I will mark my holidays and days that I'm on vacation, but it also is just functional planning. So meetings will go on here. I have started writing in this. I will fill it out with everything I have scheduled. I have things scheduled all the way through June, I think, already. So I will be filling it out a lot more, but I did start writing in it. But it will be for functional planning. The sidebar, I planned on putting to-dos and priorities by topic, so by area of focus that I work on in a pre-planning situation. So way before the month starts, when I know things that need to go on that month, or I know things that are due that month, I will write in there. But during the month, I'm not going to add to it because I'll be working in that month. So it is really for pre-planning. So this month in December, I will be filling out things in January and any future month where I already know the things. And as the year progresses, if things come up, things are assigned, things need to get done, I'll put them in the month that they go so that I can use that to ensure that I'm doing them when I need to do them. But once I get into that month, I won't be adding to that. And then the bottom right down here has these 2 sections. I did add a little bit of color at the top of this one just because we'll be in January before we know it, and I wanted it to be ready. But this is for important notes and then changes about our business. So that is how I'm going to use my monthly spreads. And then the setup as far as the deco of them are identical, but different colorways, different flowers. I used Live Love Posh stickers throughout on my monthly spreads. I do pre-set up and pre-decorate the monthly spreads in all of my planners at the beginning of the year. So I don't do plan with me's in my monthlies because they're already set up and ready to go, and I write in them real time. So I will write in them throughout the year. So even though we're a year away from December 2025, I will write in it if something is already scheduled. And so I like to have the deco down as minimal as it is so that I can color coordinate things, highlighting and stuff like that with the deco, and I can write in it immediately. I don't like to wait until it's set up to write in it or add sticky notes. I just want to go straight in. So I did use Live Love Posh stickers for the deco, and then I used the large monthly stickers from Mandy Lynn Plans in the typewriter font to lay the month. It does have the month on there, and I didn't white it out. I just put the stickers over it. The month is really, really small, and I wanted something that was a little bit more in my face to show me which month it was. And I also think that it looks nice. So I added sticker deco to spots, pretty much the same spots in every one. There's always going to be a sticker up here. There's always going to be a sticker here on the dates that don't actually have dates. So if there's a 31 here, there's only going to be a sticker over here. And there's always going to be a sticker somewhere over here because the rest of the space I need for function. And so I still have my sidebar for function, this for notes. I still have all of the days of the weekend, even though I don't really need those for work. And I still have this little box down here, which I probably won't use, but I have it there in case I need it. The other thing that I did, and I started doing this when I used the Take a Note planner, and I've kind of continued it because they have a darker line to designate the separation between your weekdays and your weekend. And in my planner, I did that as well. So, because I absolutely love it. So the line between Friday and Saturday is darker than the lines between the rest of the week to kind of set off the weekend and to visually separate the weekend from the weekdays. And I did this in my work planner for 2024 and other years as well. Is I took a color that coordinated with the stickers and I drew that line to distinguish the weekdays from the weekends. I find this really helpful for a lot of reasons. One is I generally work Monday through Friday, and so I don't really need to see the weekends, and this helps my eyes just kind of focus on this. The other reason is that in different planners where Monday falls is different. So for example, this planner has a really wide sidebar, whereas in most planners, your Monday would be kind of over here. In this one, it's over here. So you only have Monday and Tuesday on this left-hand page. Whereas most of us are familiar with, a Hobonichi or My Planner, where you have Monday through Wednesday on this page. And then the planner that I'm using this year, 2024 for work, is the Franklin planner, and its Monday starts all the way over, and its sidebar is on this side, on the right-hand side. And so sometimes that messes me up because I know from just my routine that usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are here, Thursday or Friday are here, and then the rest I can ignore. But when it's spaced differently and shifted either this way or that way, I tend to get off and kind of lose my place because my brain naturally looks for Monday to be in the same spot, Wednesday to be in the same spot. So this gives me a really good visual that this is the end of my week, so I know where my week is. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure that seems really, really, really weird and crazy, but there's that. I also think visually it just looks really, really nice as well. And then I also outline, particularly in my work planner, my holidays. So with the same color, I outline the days that are holidays, and then the holiday sticker is on there from Mandolin Plans, so that when I look at the month, the day that I don't have to work just pops off the page. I often outline my vacation days as well, so that, again, I see them and they pop off the page. But for sure, the holidays, especially as we're planning and things like that, it's really easy for me to see what days we don't work. So that is my monthly setup, which is the same in every month. And I am going to flip through them after we get through like the rest of the main pages of this month of January. And that's how I have my monthly spread set up, and that's how I'm going to use it. When you turn the page from the monthly, you go into your monthly dashboard. This is a page that I'm really excited about from a work perspective, but also still a little bit unsure of how exactly I'm going to use it and maximize it the best for me. But it does have a place for your monthly goal up here. I probably won't put like an actual goal. I'll probably put whatever our large like work deadline is that month, just in lettering or something just for fun up there. It does have this dot grid section up here at the top. In the A5 Slim version of this planner, it doesn't have that. It's blank, but in here it's the dot grid. I don't see myself using this for anything because there's plenty of other functional space on here. So I added a sticker to each one to this little section up here that matches the monthly, so that I could carry those colors from my monthly spread to my monthly dashboard over. It does have this circle up at the top for like a tracker. I've not figured out any way to use this for me for work. I don't know how this would actually add value to me for work, like why I would ever want to see anything in this sort of way. So what I made myself a note of was to make stickers in a circle shape with the month name on it, and maybe a symbol or just fun deco to cover it. So what I think that I'm going to do, because again, the January is so small over here, I think I'm going to make a monthly sticker here, but I thought it would be fun to make it in the circle. So I think I'm going to make a circle sticker to go on each monthly dashboard here that says the month name, and then either have a symbol inside or something just to make it not plain. But I think I'm just going to cover this with a monthly sticker. So I'm going to leave that there so I don't forget, because that's still a to-do. And then over here you have a monthly list, and then you have habits/tasks, and then you have your weeks across here. So when I am in the month and not pre-planning, this is where I'm going to be using this dashboard. So again, I said over here, this is going to be for pre-planning, so it's jotting things down that need to get done during the month that come up or are assigned, etc., before that month starts. Once that month starts, this will be used as my visual of what's going on in the month and what I need to do. But this is where I'm actually going to be kind of working. So this monthly list will be used for due dates and deadlines of that month, birthdays of people within the month, holidays, things like that, just so that I have like a snapshot of it. And a lot of that I don't put over here because this will be filled with meetings and appointments. And so if my staff have birthdays and things like that, I can put that on there, or like work anniversaries. And then over here, this will be my to-dos for the month. And then this will be where I track that I completed those tasks in the month. The one thing that I don't really like, well, not that I don't like, the division between these months or between these weeks is just like a line, but the line here appears lighter than the line here. And then there's not a line actually dividing here. And so I'm probably going to add lines for the weeks that match the lines that I made over here. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to decide, that's why I haven't done it yet, if I would rather distinguish the weeks or if I would rather highlight every other row across so that it's easier to see across. So I haven't done it yet because I'm trying to decide which one I would rather do. And of course I could change it up and I don't have to do it the same way every month, but I do like consistency. So I'm kind of giving that a think. So one way or another, there's going to be some sort of color in here that will coordinate with the colors in the stickers. I just don't know if it's going to be this way or this way. And then over here, you have this progress section to mark your progress on these tasks. For my job, my role, the way that our work works, I don't need this. Most of the things we have, they just get done. And so there's no reason to track the progress. It would be a waste of time and I would be just not doing it. I would never do it. And then for other things, they take 9 months to do. So I'm not going to be keeping track of that over month. And we do have a workflow system, like an online system that we do that with it. So I made myself a note, unsure what I'll use this section for. Don't plan to use it for progress. I really won't, but maybe staff performance notes. And I actually think that that's what I'm going to end up using this for, is for notes about my employees. But I need to figure that out and how I would do that without exposing it if I was in a meeting or something like that. So I'm still kind of having a think on that. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to use this on. It could also just be notes related to specific tasks. Like if my boss said something important about a task, I could make a note. I'm not sure. But this is going to be basically to track my tasks for the month. And then when you turn the page, you go into your weeklies. So it has your Monday through Friday, like with full days, and then stacked weekends. And then it has your list over here, and it has kind of like divided headers with little boxes. And this is just going to be my weekly. So I will do time tracking. One thing that I don't like about this planner that I already know I'm not a fan of is the fact that it is hourly and not half hourly, because I do half-hour meetings a lot. And I think it would have been more valuable, especially since this was designed more as a teacher/work planner, if this had not been 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. and instead had been less hours covered with half-hour increments, personally. But I'm going to try to use it the way that it's designed, and if it bothers me, then maybe I'll add some sort of sticker or washi tape to change the hourly. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't really need it for like exact times because I do have a digital calendar at work that reminds me to go to meetings and things like that as well. It's more for a visual because in my brain I can see my week and I know when I'm busy, I know when I have meetings, I know when I'm in the office, out of the office, etc. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I'm reminding myself. But this will be actually like my time tracked days when I have meetings, CPE appointments, etc. And then the bottom part, when I'm out of work, generally I just don't write on that part. or I will use it to make notes for the day if I need to. This will be my list of things that I'm doing during the week, what I need to get done, what I do get done. And then Saturday and Sunday, I don't generally work on Saturdays and Sundays. I do sometimes, actually will that particular weekend. But if I do, it's just dots and it'll be a to-do list. If I'm not working that weekend and I need more space for to-dos than this affords, or I need a space for meeting notes, I could use this for my meeting notes from like my Friday meeting. We have a meeting every Friday and I take notes. So this could be my meeting notes and these could be my task lists for the week. Because I have this dashboard with task lists, I don't necessarily need that many more here so that I'm focusing on using this dashboard. So that's kind of how I'm using or plan on using the weekly spreads. There's no deco on here. I haven't pre-decorated or anything. I will add stickers of some sort, generally flowers, just because I like them. They're pretty. They give me a color to use for highlighting and marking, because I will like highlight the hours that I'm working and mark appointments and things like that. And so I will probably add some deco generally in this vicinity down here, just because it's an area that I don't need as much functionally. And then I may highlight the days of the week or something like that if I want for fun. And then of course my time tracking. But that is my weekly and how I'm going to be using the weekly in this. And so you go through all the weeks of the month, and then at the end of the month, it goes straight into the next month. One thing that's different about this planner, and I shared this when I did my unboxing from the A5, is the A5 has a grid page between each week. It's one of the big things I wish this planner had, because it wouldn't have made it that much thicker. I would have rather have that than all of the grid pages in the back. I would rather have had them between the weeks, because I could have used it for notes and kept them contained in here, and I wouldn't need to rely on those quarterly books as much. So it's a little bit of a design difference that I wish was different. I wish we didn't have these 52 pages back here. I wish instead we had pages in between each week and only a couple pages in the back for like a collections personally. But you go into your next month and they're set up the same way. My utilization will be the same. So I'm just going to flip through and show you each month. I'm hoping that it is on camera enough that you can kind of see most of it. But I have my holiday stickers on there, my line designating the weekend. I have my monthly sticker and then the florals that I picked for that month. And then the dashboard has the same floral stickers or stickers from the same set. That way they all match. So we have April, and then May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So all of the monthly stickers or all of the flowers in here are from the same sticker box set, except for the December ones. I wanted something more seasonal. So these are actually from one of her Christmas sticker books, from Live Love Posh's Christmas sticker books, but the rest of them are all from the same set. And then after that, you go into notes pages in the back. And so, like I said, you have 52 of these dot grid pages. I do wish this was a grid planner instead of a dot grid planner. I just like it better, but that's just like a personal preference. But the grid pages are in the back, starting with page number 1 and going to page number 52. I am going to use these for collections, for things that I refer to a lot that I need in my work. So contacts in other departments, who's responsible for different things, information about like promotions, things like that. And so different kinds of collection things will go back here. I really don't think that I need 52 pages of these, which is again why I would rather have had just a couple of pages in the back and then extra pages between each of the weeklies. But not my planner, not my design, and I'm going to make it work. But that would have been personally my preference. But this is going to be for collections. And so I don't have these set up yet because I have to put them together, and nothing in there will be something that I can share with you in the future because it will all be confidential. So you won't actually see that. And you won't see this planner very much because most of the stuff in here I'm not going to be able to share. But I will try to do plan with me's through the year as much as I can. And then if I can cover up some stuff, I will do flip throughs and try to do that as well, so you guys can kind of see how I'm using it. And then I will occasionally share pictures on Instagram as well in meetings and things like that, just for, you know, the pretty of the actual using my planner, because this is a very functional, well, all my planners are very functional. I'm a very functional planner, even though I do use a little bit of deco. But that is my work planner setup, and I really love it. I think it's going to be really, really great. Obviously, as I've said, there's some things in this planner setup. There are some things that I wish were different, that I would have done differently if I had designed it. But overall, I think it's a really good planner, and I'm excited to use it as my work planner for 2025 and see how it works. And again, if for some reason I find that I don't like it and the layout just doesn't work for me for work, then I will move out and move into my backup. But that is my work planner setup for 2025. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below, and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.